join us for our shared reading Saturday. I thought, why not, before we get started with the book and our practice of ASL storytelling, I think we should go through and review some of our principles that we use here with our shared reading program. Some of you may remember some from other classes that we've had in the past. Maybe you're new today, and it's a great opportunity to learn those principles that we use here at Shared Reading. So we have them here in the PowerPoint. Last month, we were discussing a few principles. And those principles are really for helping you read with your deaf and hard of hearing children. Making the whole process smoother and easier for your family. So principle 1, using ASL, right? Seems simple. Principle number 2, it's important to keep both languages, ASL and English, visible. So meaning, while you're signing a storybook, you could have it potentially open in front of you and visible is really important. Maybe you could hold the book in front of your child and sign on the book itself. You could have your child on your lap with you and signing in front of them with the book. The kid sits right there with you. Make sure everything's visible. The third principle, sorry, a little tough to see. Okay, there it is. I think I need some glasses, my goodness. So while you're signing, it's really important that you don't feel bonded and connected to the text, that you have to sign every single word of the English text. You can absolutely add information if you'd like, or maybe change that page or change the information just to fit your lifestyles, Maybe your children aren't familiar with one concept, but, you know best what they might understand in their real world and can bring that concept into the book itself and remember when, and those kids can really develop their concepts through what they've already experienced in their life. The fourth principle, we see that deaf readers typically will read the story differently, say the first time compared to the second time to the third time. The first time you really go through all the details, adding information, making it really full and a full concept. Maybe the second time, maybe there's a little bit less information. The third time you read the story is even less and less and less. Really, it's because, when the child is really following along with the text, you don't need to do it over and over and over again the same way. You want to make it interactive. Reading really is on a continuum. So you start with a lot of information and break it down as you go. So we're going to offer some more principles today. Principle number 5. It's really important to follow your child's lead. Sometimes kids really want to read from one page, skip a couple pages, move on. They're like, oh, I want to read it backwards. Or maybe your kid really wants to, read the book upside down. They're silly, they want to play, they really want to read the story in their own way. If it starts from the end to the beginning, it's always fine. So if you as your parent are concerned that they might not understand the concepts of the book if we don't read from the beginning until the end, but really they figure out the details, they fill in the gaps, absolutely. So next slide, please. It's cute. A cartoon. You can read it right here. So our last slide, Principle 6. really important to offer expansions of information, meaning you add context. So you can see right here, there's a page from a storybook. It shows a man, he is in a store. Maybe he's the salesman. He's mad. He's looking and looking for a bug. He really wants to swat it with a fly swatter. He wants to get that bug. But if you noticed, this page does not say anything about the man being mad or angry. It's not in the text. It's not written there. But we add it to expand on that information. So add those expansions, give reasoning behind what we're seeing and what emotions are people seeing. This is one page from a storybook way back. When either parents or teachers, how you really change and modify your signing to fit the story at hand is important. So today, are we ready to start our story? Everybody ready? Awesome. Okay. The title is The Caterpillar and the Polliwog. That's the title. And the author and illustrator, their name is Jack, last name Kent. All of us grow up. Ducks, hippopotamuses, you and me, we all grow. But one animal does not grow up. They change, and that is the caterpillar. The caterpillar, what does he do? They change. And what do they become? A butterfly. Does anyone else do that? No, they do not. Only the caterpillar. They are special. So there was a body of water, P-O-N-D, a pond. At that pond, there lived a caterpillar. Finger spelled out caterpillar. This caterpillar is very proud. I like to be different. So what does she do? Often likes to brag about her. Telling everyone, all of my friends, hey, guess what? Just to let you know, when I grow up, I'm going to be something different. I'm going to change. So she's telling everybody, whoever she meets, sees a snail. Hey, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to be something different. And the snail looks at the caterpillar and is like, that's nice. Good for you. But really, the snail doesn't care. And then the caterpillar sees a turtle. And the turtle is sitting on a log. The caterpillar walks up and says, hey, you over there, when I grow up, I'm going to be different. I'm going to change. And the turtle he doesn't even like any wiggly or wormy creatures. Took one look at the caterpillar and was like, ooh, gross. So that turtle said, oh, I get it. You want to change into something else. That's great. Later, the caterpillar, now you can see her cute little kerchief tied under her chin. She's walking along. She spots and sees a polliwog. So this cute little, it's like a baby frog, sitting in the water, kind of swims up to the surface, is looking up. Caterpillar says, hi. Hey, guess what? When I grow up, I will change. I'll be different. The polliwog is looking up from the water. Really? That's cool. He says, when you change, what will you be? Caterpillar says, not really sure. And walks away. I want to tell others. Let them know that I'll change. The polliwog is swimming along. What does he see? A big fish. He says, hey. I just bumped into and met a caterpillar. She's going to change. And the big fish says, well, yeah. And you're just like that. You will change as well. Really? Wow, that's cool. And then what happened? The polliwog wanted to ask more questions, lots and lots of questions, but the fish just went off on her own way. She must have seen a bug and wanted to catch it and eat it. So again, the caterpillar walks on up. And again, this is the second time at that same pond. She plans to walk around and tell everyone, I'm going to change. I'm going to be different. She walks along. She sees that polliwog again. She says, hey, you know what? I'm going to change. Polliwog says, oh, I see. Me too. I'm going to change as well. Me too. Caterpillar's looking at the polliwog like, what? No way. Really? How do you know? Well, I know because that big fish told me. They know. They go to school. So they learn and they know a lot of stuff. Caterpillar is surprised. I didn't expect that. I'm upset. I thought I was the only one. The only caterpillar to change. Nobody else. Polliwog says, well, what will we change into? What will we become? Caterpillar says, well, I will become a butterfly. Really? That means I'm going to be a butterfly too. Why don't we do it together? We can become butterflies. caterpillar looks at the polliwog like, I prefer to stay separate. I prefer to just be on my own. But I guess it's okay. But make sure you know I go first. You got it? Polliwog says, okay, fine. You go first. I mean, I don't even know how to change yet. So you go first. So what does the caterpillar do? She climbs up a small tree and plants herself there. She is going to build a cocoon. She'll spin a web all the way around her, around and around and around. And she says, just to let you know, this spinning and building of my cocoon is really hard work. Polliwog says, oh, okay. I'll watch. Caterpillar says, okay, now soon I am going to have to cover my cocoon and complete my cocoon. That's what I'm going to do. And later, as time passes, my cocoon will open up again and out will emerge a butterfly. And it's going to be me. I'm going to become a butterfly. The polliwog says, oh, that's so cool. Go ahead. I can't wait to see. I want to see what happens. It'll take time, the caterpillar said. You have to be patient and wait. Finally, the cocoon is completed. Time passes. Time goes on and on and on. But nothing's happened. Polliwog checks in every once in a while, checks and checks. The polliwog goes back often. He swims up, takes a look, but there's no change. So he watches and watched and watched and watched. But nothing's happening. For days and days and days and days, time just keeps going along. He keeps checking and watching, but nothing is happening. But if you all noticed, something is different about that polliwog. More time passes. Keeps watching and watching day after day after day. Finally, what happened? The cocoon opened up and out comes a beautiful butterfly. Beautiful. What color? Yellow. The polliwog is so excited. Wow, I'm so excited, jumping up and down, jumping. I'm so thrilled. Yay! Wait a minute. I'm jumping. Just like a frog. What? I have been watching and watching and watching. I completely missed. I didn't even realize that I had changed. I didn't even see it. I'm different. Look at me. But I'm not a butterfly. The butterfly says, you are handsome. Look at you. You're a cool frog. Really cool. stretching her wings, flapping around. And the frog just sits. I'm confused. I thought I would become a butterfly, but I didn't. More time passes. And one day, what happens? A new caterpillar comes walking along, sees the frog and says, "Hey, just to let you know, when I grow up, what am I going to do? I'm going to become something different. Something else is what I'll do." And the frog, he just ignored the caterpillar. He didn't listen. Why did he not listen? He's busy. He's looking at himself in the water. The water is just like a mirror. He's looking at himself, staring, just mesmerized with himself. Just staring. I am handsome. I am. Yes, I am. Yay!